Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome to the Joy of Blue. The Joy of Blue collaboration is something that I started to get people to use blue in their projects. It could be an art journal page, any mixed media, a quilt, resin, cards, journals, whatever you want. You could paint your room blue if you want. I have a cold, so sorry about that, but I think I'm on the mend. I can breathe a little better today, but I don't imagine that I sound lovely. I made a page because I was thinking about 2023 and how it's been looking for me. I usually do goals and put together like plans for the year, trips I want to take, or since I've been on YouTube and started setting crafty goals, I have those figured out. I really didn't do any of that yet. Things were a little crazy, getting Zeus and with Sadie deteriorating, and I didn't get there. And at one point I thought, well, 2023 is going to be a lot better. And this is kind of like a Friends line. So if you're a Friends fan, you'll get it right away. There was a point where I thought to myself, we had a really hard year in 2022, but in 2023, we shouldn't lose any pets, so we should be fine. And then I realized there was no way Sadie was going to make it all the way through 2023. So I was like Ross when he was like, no new divorces in 99 or something like that. I thought about that. But then even before Sadie was gone, I realized Zeus had to pass a biopsy. So he was going in to get neutered, and he's a 9-year-old dog. So we just decided to catch him up on all his medical stuff at the same time. And he had a very big lump that the vet thought was maybe a cyst. But let me tell you something about my sweet little Zeusy boy. He is not charming at the vet. I mean, we're talking muzzle and maybe medication, not charming. So he hadn't really had a full exam. When we picked him up, that wound, that section of stitches, I don't know what you call it, but anyway, that was much bigger and much more terrifying than we expected. And it was very big, and the vet did not call it a cyst at that point and said that it was unusual looking and discolored. So I waited a week and it's all fine, came back clean, and then I thought, I'm feeling very blessed. And I've been thinking about it because I was really worried that I had gone and, quote, rescued this dog that was tied up in a shed and then put him through all of this surgery and this terribly long recovery. And he's behind me in his cone right now. And then only to find out that he had cancer, and either it would not end well, or he would have treatment, which he would not enjoy, and it would not end well. Maybe it works out in the end, but it just wasn't good. And I was really questioning whether I was helping him. So I was very, very thankful, and I made a page, and I have this die that says blessed, and that is how I was feeling. And I have my cute little yellow dog. That's a blue collar, but when you use your blue glaze pen on yellow, it kind of comes out green. So this is my page: stencils, paint, oil pastels, which I've never used before but had a little fun with, and then I came in with a pen and played with it some more. That is my art journal page, and I haven't done one in forever, but I did take the Dina Wakely class recently, and I haven't made that video of what I worked on. I'm also rearranging my room, and it's inspiring me a little more to make the mixed media stuff accessible and use it. That's what I did for this month. I haven't announced a winner for the journal for last month that I shared in Joy of Blue. Somehow I managed to get paint all over this counter. I know, you're surprised, but I painted on the other counter. It's on the outside of my journal, so let's be sure that it's not over here. I said I was going to give this away, and then life happened, and so I thought, well, we'll figure it out in this video. I went through and I read all of the wonderful comments and the ideas about how people would use this book. If you don't know what you would do with a book like this, or if you made junk journals, here are some magnificent ideas. First of all, Brenda Elaine, yes, gasp that you've never had a journal. If you weren't in Canada, I probably would have just said you had to win and have this one. But the postage is crazy, isn't it? Plus the customs forms, if you've heard me talk about that. I'm just not cut out for it. Lori wrote that she is going to focus on herself more, and her word for the year is self. And I thought that was wonderful. I really liked that one. Rhonda said she thought she would document art and craft ideas, and you can read all the comments down below in last month's if you want, because I'm going to shorten them up a little bit. Tapping Flamingo talked about how she lost her dad and that she would journal in it and kind of have that for the future, and also that she probably needs to pick a word and find some joy in her year. Gail's Crafts and Coupons wrote that she lost her sister, and so she would write about memories of her. Cosmo77 said Bible spiritual journal. Luann said she would use it for her word for this year, which is change. And that's a pretty cool one, I thought. Make change, accept change, enjoy change, create change. Sharon is working on journaling her life for her grandkids. I thought that was amazing because I would love to have more information about my grandparents. Reagan would put samples of things she's made in it. Julie is having her first grandchild coming along, and she would write about that. That is super cool. Congratulations, Julie. And Monica said she would add notes or pictures. I was trying to figure out if I was going to do a random, but this one grabbed me. And I want you guys to think about this, and you might know her. She has been here and on Instagram for years now, and I have, I don't know, at least 3 years of positive comments and support from her. And she really is a kind soul that supports a lot of other people. She doesn't make videos, so you can't watch her channel, but you could follow her on Instagram. She's been a little quiet lately. And I know that she had some hard times too. When I read this, I thought, oh, Paula, this is coming your way. So if you don't know Chica Chats with a Z, you can find her on Instagram. She's just a sweetie. So she said, nice and spacious, and she said, I would write about my hopes and dreams. And I think we should all write about that. We should all be doing that. We should all be thinking about positive things and trips we want to go on and bucket list items and what are we going to do. I sat down and wrote on a notebook, and Noni saw it. She's like, are you making your bucket list? And I was like, well, I don't know, maybe, but it's more short term. And it was a list of trips I want to go on. Pooh didn't really make it easy to travel, neither did Wilson. And when Sadie started to decline, probably August, when she was eating, she wanted to eat like every 3 hours. And she wanted her food, I can't make this stuff up, you guys, like fluffed on her plate. And when I'm trying to keep your weight at 6 pounds, I'll feed you as often as I possibly can. So Mr. Crafting and Relaxing and I were trying to take care of that. And that gets a little tricky. I mean, working and coming and going, and it just wasn't real easy to travel on the weekends, even when we only had a cat. So I think I've been writing about my hopes and dreams and figuring out, okay, I really want to rescue dogs and foster and do that, but I think those people don't travel. So maybe I should travel right now while Zeus is going to go through his surgery and his obedience classes, and then he's going to be charming and ready for foster dogs, right? So I think if you write about your hopes and dreams, they're much more likely to come true and be exactly what you want. I will find a box, Paula, and look around, and, you know, I run on a different pace. Like, I think I just finally mailed Emily's stamps to her. So at some point this will show up at your house. And if you moved or anything, be sure and let me know, because I do have your address somewhere. To the rest of you, be sure to check out the other Joy of Blue collaborators. We're using the hashtag now. So there's a new hashtag for every month instead of descriptions to other channels in the box. So if you want to join in, go ahead and join in too. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. Bye-bye.